Welcome to Great Overload. And CES 2025 here, Microsoft came out with their blog post as in the year of the Windows 11 PC refresh. Now, I hope that this means that we're not getting Windows 12 anytime soon. There's no need for it. We have the Copilot Plus PCs with Windows 11, all that stuff. And Microsoft needs to sort out its issues with the Windows 10 being end of life later this year. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. Before you can get a new OS, and I've heard the arguments from other people, they should have gone to something else. Microsoft needs to straighten out this whole uh, Windows 10 issue that they're coming to. Because if not enough people upgrade to Windows 11, Microsoft does have a problem on its hands. And sound like they're going to drop support for Windows 10 in October. Fine. And they're going to charge you is the rate if you want to have security updates. And if enough people don't update, where does this leave Microsoft as them looking at Windows, right? And we go through and we see they have this huge push for Windows 11. They want people on it. They got Copilot plus AI stuff all in there for certain PCs that have the required hardware. And that all makes sense for where Microsoft wants to go. But the requirements to get people up there, for people that have a perfectly good working computer that may not be supported by the latest, Windows 11 because of, I think, soft requirements, is mind-boggling to me about why Microsoft wants to have more e-waste in the world and wants to create unnecessary upgrades just to throw things out. Microsoft has preached of how green it is, and here they are pushing for the destruction of so many PCs that still work today. And I hope that Microsoft does notice that, because if they ever say something about green, it's going to drive me up the wall for how much stuff they're throwing out. I've had a lot of people I've had to work through. We've either upgraded their PCs to Windows 11, got around the requirements because they were like, I want to get up to date, or they're sitting on a PC and they were forced to update. So I've had a couple of people that have forced to update. Now those computers I've been able to reuse for something else or donate to the people that actually need the computers. That's one thing I'm want to see hardware be reused. As long as the hardware operates, let's get it into somebody's hands so that they can use the hardware and they can have something they maybe wouldn't have had before. And that's kind of where I stand on a lot of this hardware that seemingly gets just tossed to the wayside, this e-waste. But let's get into Microsoft trying to make this the year of you're going to upgrade and we're going to make sure of it. Right, you do get the benefit of Copilot Plus. Now Microsoft is even so much in the blog post saying, whether it's quick access from Copilot directly from your keyboard or with the Copilot Plus key. Yes, we're all upgrading because of a new keyboard change, Microsoft. That's the reason why we're going to upgrade. I don't know who wrote this. Well, man, I can look. It was by Youssef Meded, and I hope I got his name right. He's the Executive Vice President, Consumer Chief Marketing Officer. There's a title for you. And he he really made some, I don't know. Yeah, I get it. You're trying to sell more PCs, trying to give people's a Windows 11, but make it, as I kind of look back to how Steve Jobs approached things, right? As much as I disagree with a lot of the stuff Apple does, with the lock hardware, the right to repair, all that other stuff. One thing Steve Jobs did do well is create a reason why, the feeling inside of you of why you needed this device. Look at the iPhone, and it still sells a lot today because he created that when it first came out of why you'd want this device. And Microsoft's not doing that in this blog. They're just telling you, you know, you get Copilot in Teams. You can create documents with just a few words with Copilot. These Copilot things, they're kind of saying, you get this AI stuff. And, well, I can create my own documents, right? I know how to write my own stuff. The keyboard isn't anything spectacular, and we're gonna, it's simplified search and Windows search. I'll tell you this, Microsoft, your Windows search sucks. It's horrible. You're trying to tell people it's better now. People know how bad it is. If it gets 1% better, that's still better. It still sucks, right? Make it, rock solid. There's a multitude of signs. I search things, using the Windows search, and it's amazing how bad it is. I've tried to get around that. And these Copilot Plus PCs, right? It's not on everything. It's not on all the desktop processors. It's not on all that. So, while it's on some laptop chips where you got AMD, Intel, and Qualcomm chips with it on, it's not everywhere. And the whole recall debacle and it not being out yet, and where's the secure stuff on this? Microsoft is talking about it's the most secure Windows PC ever built. I don't know if that's true. I would like to see the data on it, right? They keep saying this in the article. It's the most secure PC ever built, but they never say as to why. Now, if they would start using AI for making that PC secure, that's a nice little, I would say, not even just marketing ploy. That's a nice little, hey, let's take a look at this and let's actually have something here that we we can have the users benefit from. We're going to use the AI stuff that we put on these, that we asked all these manufacturers to put on these chips with the MPU, and they can actually help with security. I think that could be a huge thing of how to benefit, right? They're talking about this AI stuff that it's going to help reduce our task load, right? How we create and produce and reduce our task load. Well, so far, right, a lot of this stuff hasn't hit into a point where it is doing that, right? If you're as programs evolve, and I'm a developer as well, and as AI gets into the programs, they can do that for a user. We're just not there yet on everything. Now they are comparing that it is Copilot Plus PCs are up to 5 times faster than the most popular 5-year-old Windows PC still in use today, and top models are up to 58% than the MacBook Air with the M3. Well, we're on the M4 today, right? And 5-year-old computers, well, if they could run Windows 11, does that person need to upgrade just for speed? I think that Microsoft kind of conflates the normal user that has a 5-year-old PC as being one that wants a faster computer. And I've noticed with a lot of people I interact with, they're not concerned about getting a faster computer. They want the computer and the OS to work. And since Microsoft has had problems with updates, and it's not a small thing, it's a large thing over the past, year, they are way more concerned about upgrading and having problems with the OS not working right than they are with just having a computer that is faster. And that is the big problem that Microsoft is running into here. And they go on about talking about Ryzen AI. The Core Ultra processors are also having the Copilot Plus experience. The AI-enabled technologies. This blog was, about upgrading the CES, the Windows 11, right? The year of the Windows 11 refresh procedure. They're focusing a lot on Copilot Plus. While Copilot Plus may bring benefit to some people, right? The security stuff they focus a little bit on with the Pluton security processor on some of these, and they're going to have a chip to cloud security with Windows 11. Copilot Plus PCs are the most secure PCs available today. I, I, I hope that this lives up to their hype. I have my reservations, as we've seen other chips have security flaws in the past. And I think that if you've watched some of my other videos, I think it's more of we're hardening against the security attacks than we are being and you can be the most secure, but if you talk to it about, we have hardened and made it harder for people to attack you. I think that coming from that angle would make people more involved and be like, oh, so you are trying to put as much possible into making sure I'm protected, rather than you just it seems like more off the cuff saying these are the most secure PCs available today. Now, if you have an attack against those PCs here, and there's a huge attack and there's a problem here, Microsoft, while somebody has a Copilot Plus PC, this is where you run into problems, right? So I don't get how the marketing came to this. Now you're talking about a little bit of speed, but how is this all going to benefit the user, right? Is a faster computer for gamers, right? Microsoft went through this with gamers, right? As saying why Windows 11, we're all laughing at it because it wasn't, we have made sure the performance is the best for you. Performance things for gaming, right? That makes a lot of sense. The gamers want performance of their computer. We've made sure that there's a game mode here that has the best performance, and for any new processor out, graphics card, we're making sure that it has the top-notch performance for PCs compared to anything else on the market. ROS is the best for this. And instead, they kind of, gave you every other item than that. Now, for a normal user, they want to have a computer that is going to be, able to be, when they want to use it, able to be working for exactly what they want. So the Windows updates, we're not introducing issues here with our Windows updates. We're making sure that you get the security updates you need and the stability you want. And that's not in this blog post at all. They're focused on helping customers stay protected in a modern, PC running Windows. Whether your PC needs a current refresh or it has a security or vulnerability that requires the latest hardware back protections, now's the time to move forward. And while it's out there, right, there's software mitigations, there's other stuff like this. And if these processors turn out but that they need software mitigations or whatever else that could potentially take a performance benefit from Microsoft, you're in the same thing. And then they had the security vulnerabilities. And then all you're going to do is say that we need to have more e-waste to, so that the next time that they have hardware protections, that you can take advantage of those, because the last ones that we told you were the most secure ever have flaws. And this is the circle cycle that you're in, Microsoft, because now you've put this blog out there. And it's mind-boggling to me. You had so many opportunities to say other ways to promote the Windows 11 ecosystem of why this is the year that you want to refresh your computer. And, I'm for, making sure you actually you're using the same computer here for a while, and doing that and having an upgrade path. But here Microsoft is just trying to get you to buy a new PC. And I've talked to a lot of, because I help out a lot of people with their computers, right? I fix them. People know, well, family, friends know that I work on computers a lot. And they're like, okay, I have a problem. Here it is. And many of them are not even thinking about Windows 11 at all. It pops up and says stuff to them, and they're just like, the computer works. I don't need to upgrade. I have a couple other customers that were like, it's bothering me. Let's just upgrade this. And so we upgraded to something logical, not the latest copilot+pcs, but something that supports Windows 11, and we went from there. So this is trying to really sell PCs. It seems like, right? They go into kicking off the Consumer Electronics Show of all their vendors that they have, their ecosystem partners, of what they have and what benefits all these innovations of these new laptops and devices have. And Microsoft is hopefully providing a one-stop shop solution to transfer all your files, themes, and everything, for a fast, seamless transition. I got to take a look at this. Oh yeah, with Windows backup. Oh yeah, fun, Microsoft. Another thing that probably doesn't work. That's where you are, Microsoft, now, is when you have these things. I just assume it doesn't work based upon your history now. In the last couple of years, it's sad to see how far Microsoft has fallen in their OS stability side of things. It's bad, but they ended it like this. As CES begins the showcase of the latest innovation technology, we're excited for the advancements in our industry that will offer people around the globe. Momentum and innovation across the Windows ecosystem will make 2025 a year of possibilities for our customers. And we believe one of the most important pieces of technology people will look to refresh in 2025 isn't a refrigerator, the television, or a mobile phone. It is a Windows 10 PC, and they will move forward with Windows 11. Most important technology? Probably their phone, Microsoft. I mean, they're going to look before their phone. You haven't provided them anything above the phone. I know more and more people that are using their phone as their main device. And I love the computer, right? I'm looking to put Linux on it. I'm looking to, I run Windows for certain stuff right now, but I'm looking to move away from having everything so dependent upon Windows because of what Microsoft has done to it. And making a blog post and to say this is the year of the Windows 11 PC refresh and not focus on consumers of why it's going to be benefiting them to move to Windows 11 and just talk more about security, which I think is something consumers are concerned about, but then a whole bunch of AI and not relate that AI of why, you know, get the why in there to people. There's amazing devices out there, yeah, but why is my working computer need to be upgraded? Why does it, that does everything I want it to do today, need to be upgraded? More secure? I get that, but this is working fine, Microsoft. I'm not having any problems. This is working completely fine. I'm not having any problems. These are the questions I get. And I can see from this article that the marketing office of Microsoft is not in a we're going and talking with the consumer. They may be talking to some people. Maybe they are, in businesses and stuff like that where, businesses are going to be on an upgrade cycle that they're a part of and what they have. I get that. And you're going to get a lot of businesses that just naturally upgrade because they have an upgrade cycle for this. But the consumer that's going to be going there, right? You're telling them, yeah, come on here and you need to upgrade. It's better for you. Why? Why is it better for me? You get more security. What's wrong with the security in my current Windows? You don't do a good job in it? That's the other side of this, right? Oh, no, no, no. Windows 10 is, that's secure too. It's doing a good job in security. It's just your hardware's bad. You're saying that my hardware's bad? Yeah, the OS is fine. The hardware. What is your response to this to get people to do this? And while I think the Windows 11 market share will grow this year, I think there will be a significant number of people that will be on Windows 10 because they like it better, because it has better performance for what they want. We've seen Microsoft have issues last year with performance and making sure that they had performance right on their computers with Windows 11. So a lot of people are like, I'd rather be on this. And it's going to be interesting to see here going forward. I know I've rambled here a lot here. I want to know what your thoughts are, though, with this. And if you're on Windows 10, does this get you to move to Windows 11? If you're already on Windows 11, let me know. I've upgraded enough people to be able to do it. And we remember, Microsoft, your Windows 11 had so many problems with 24H2 that you had a whole bunch of blocking things and we're telling people not to upgrade to it. You see how there's confusing messaging? So people get this whole thing, oh, there's problems with Windows 11 and they're on Windows 10. Oh, I can't upgrade to that. There's problems with it, right? Even if the computer is qualified for it. These are things that I think Microsoft is missing on. And while I'm on the Insider program, I'm more than willing to test Windows and make sure it's doing well. I just think that Microsoft has kind of lost their vision with Windows. They're thinking that it's an ad-centric item rather than a rock solid. It has to be a rock solid OS that then we can build stuff off of. And that has degraded their quality of shipping software or shipping the updates to Windows. It's unfortunate, but that's where we are. And I want to talk about, I want to be more positive overall, right? I don't want to be so negative. It's just one thing that I wish Microsoft would put a better focus on, because I think there's so much potential here to give people, the better performers, to give people the, not to have so many e-waste products too, but to give people an OS that everyone in the world, a lot of people in the world use, right? And to give them the ability to have something rock solid where Microsoft comes along. This is a good time to upgrade. Our new OS, with Copilot+ and everything else is rock solid. We've we've shown you on the Windows that you're on currently, and I'm saying like this, like let's go if there's a next version, like Windows 12. You know what? With the Copilot Plus, we've been rock solid on these PCs. We took and made even bigger efforts this generation for this next gen OS to make sure that we're delivering you the performance and the things that you use on a daily basis, your mail, your web browsing, to make sure that's more efficient and you gets the things that you want done more effectively than you waiting and wondering if it's going to crash or if it's going to have an issue. We made sure to streamline this so that it is made for you. Instead, we get something about Copilot Plus, and here we are hoping that all the consumers out there that have had problems or have had needed fixes from people in their family or IT are doing something right. So that's me rambling on and on about this Windows 11 stuff. Let me know. CES is, wrapping up here, but there's a lot of stuff announced and everything, so I'm hopefully I'll be able to go through. I don't know if I'm going to say much about Intel. They're kind of, I, they're having an event in, what is it, like April time frame, I think, about their path forward, and that might be a good time to cover some of the stuff. But I wasn't impressed. I mean, it's been a bad sort of deal. So with them and their CES and the processors that they released and everything else. But maybe I'll do something here. I did something on AMD and NVIDIA, the other big two in that space. But here we got Microsoft and their year of upgrading. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch Graver Low. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon, watch another one of my videos. That all really does help with the channel. Until next time, God bless.